Now we have to calculate the value of x in these two equations using the formula. This is the formula that we've already studied, which says x is equal to minus b plus minus b root of b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. With this formula, we will calculate the values of x. So this formula is valid for what equation? Ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. Am I right? So I've written the formula this side. So we have an equation. The first part says x square minus 4x plus 1 is equal to 0. Now I'm comparing this equation with this equation. So what do we get is a is equal to 1, b is equal to minus 4, and c is also equal to 1. Am I right? Just check it for yourself. A is equal to 1, b is equal to minus 4, and c is equal to 1, comparing this equation with this equation over here. So now we just have to put all these values straightforward into this formula. So what happens is, we write down that formula that says minus b plus minus root of b square minus 4ac upon 2a. So minus b is equal to minus 4. So we have minus of minus 4 plus minus root of b square, that is minus 4 square, minus 4 into what is a? 1, and what is c? 1. 4 into 1 into 1 divided by 2 into 1. These are the values of x. Now we just have to simplify these values and write it down. We have this minus 4 into minus 4 is 4 plus minus root of, this is 4 square is 16 minus 4, so we have root of 12 upon 2. Now the two different values for x are, first we have, I'll just draw a line over here. First we have 4 plus root of 12 by 2, and the second we have 4 minus root of 12 by 2. These are the two values of x. Now just simplifying these values a little, we have 4 plus 2 root 3 by 2, am I right? Yes. And we have 4 minus 2 root 3 by 2. Just taking 2 common, we have 2 plus root 3 and 2 minus root 3. I've just taken 2 common from the upper part, and this becomes 2 plus root 3, and this becomes 2 minus root 3, and then 2 is divided by 2, and that is correct. I've just skipped one step and written the values of x straightforward. So these are the values of x which satisfy this equation. We've just calculated these values straightforward from the formula. Now how do we go about for the second part, which says 4x square minus 2x plus 1 by 4 equal to 0. Now what was the first and the basic step for calculating the roots by using the formula? First of all, we have to remove all the fractions and the roots. So how do we remove this fraction? We multiply whole of this equation by 4. This fraction will be removed. So multiplying the equation by 4. Multiplying this equation by 4, we get 16x square minus 8x plus 1 equal to 0. Now we again compare this equation with this equation, we get a is equal to 16, b is equal to minus 8, and c is equal to 1. Now again, we have this formula right here. We have the values of a, b and c. We just have to put these values into this formula. So we have minus b, that is minus of minus 8, plus minus root of b square, that is minus 8 square, minus 4 into a, that is 16, into c, that is 1, upon 2 into 16. So this is these are the values of x we get. Now we just have to simplify these. And how do we simplify these? We have x equal to 64 plus minus 8 square into 4 into 16 is 64, and 8 square is also 64. So we have a root of 64 minus 64 upon 32. So the value that is in between the square root, that is under the square root, comes out to be equal to 0. So x is equal to 64 plus minus root of 0, that is 0. Now we have x equal to 2. How do we go about this now? We have, whenever the value under the root comes out to be equal to 0, we have two equal roots. As we also did one of the questions in by factorization, in which after the splitting the middle term and doing everything, the roots came out to be same. This is also the same case. Whenever applying the formula, we get the value under the root equal to 0. That means we have two equal roots. So because the root of 0 is also 0, so we have 2 plus 0 and 2 minus 0. Those are the value comes out to be 2 only. So we have x equal to 2 and 2. This means there are two roots, or this equation has two values of x for which this can be satisfied, but both these values lie on x equal to 2. That means there are two distinct roots, but these roots are identical.